Hey everyone, welcome back to the garage. Today we are replacing the driver's side camshaft phaser on a 2007 Mustang GT with a 4.63 valve. Now he's already did a few steps of it. This isn't a stock car, it has a JLT3 intake on it. He's already taken the cover off, he's taken the intake off. You have to take a couple of sensors loose. So we're going to have to remove the valve cover on the driver's side. So basically, fuel injector wires off, you got to take the coil wires off, and then you got to take the coils out. So you got to take a couple of these vacuum lines off. You got to take the VCT solenoid wire off, and then right down there is the cam sensor itself. But once you take the rest of this off, you're gonna have to take the bolt out right here that holds on to the dipstick. So go back some, because you're gonna have to unbolt the valve cover and pull the valve cover off. So you don't have to pull the front cover off. We're going to be using timing chain lock tool to change the cam phaser. Once you get those off, go ahead and lift your wiring up a little bit. We're going to take the air blower and blow the top of the engine off in case there's some leaves or something down in there before we take the coils out, because I don't want anything going down into the spark plug holes. So now that we got the coil bolts out, we're going to go ahead and remove the coils. Alright, so now I'm going to remove this fuel line because it's got to be out of the way to pull the valve cover off.
Does this have a torque rating?
Now that the fuel line's off, I'm going to go underneath here with an 8mm and get the bolt that's hanging onto the oil dipstick. It's like right to the side of the oil dipstick. Once you get it loose, you should be able to reach down there also with your hand and pull it out. Alright, right there it is, and that'll allow your dipstick to move out of the way enough for you to get the valve cover off. Now if you didn't take the cover off, then you might have a tough time taking this vacuum line off right here, but with the cover off on the top, you should be able to just squeeze it and pull it off, just like that. And then just kind of pull it over here to the side, kind of like where the fuel line is right there, to get it out of the way. Now you'll be able to push the wiring up and over and give you plenty of room to take that valve cover off. You can take the Christmas tree out of the plug there, and there's one right here. Get that wiring harness up. Now all we gotta do is take the 5/16 bolts out of the valve cover, and they'll go ahead and lift. Now once you have all those bolts loose, you're going to have to come back probably and grab every one of them with your hand, just to make sure they're up out of their holes and that there's no threads catching. And then you'll be ready to go ahead and lift the valve cover off. So usually I'll stick on the front a little bit because that's where the sealant is. But you should be able to just pull on it. Right there is where the sealant is stuck to it. Probably go underneath here and try to break the sealant off the bottom side. And we'll go ahead and lift the valve cover on off and get it out of the car. We've replaced these recently, so I was planning on just reusing them. If yours are hard or brittle or you tear it, you're going to have to replace the valve cover gasket. Okay, once you get to this point, you want to make sure that the cam lobes, I normally just make sure that the intake sides on number 5 and 6 is completely up, and 5, 6, it looks like 7's up. 8 could be putting some pressure on it down there, but you know, make sure the lobes on these aren't pushing down on there and to where the cam has the least resistance on there. Now I've done this enough times to where it's not too hard for me to do it. I do have another video posted, probably been quite a few years, it might have been 5 or 10 years ago, that I actually posted a video that was more detailed about how to do these. But if you look right here, you can see an R on the cam phaser. You know, it can either be the R or the L. Either way, I mean, if you were putting a new timing set on, then the L would be on this side, but that's basically about the correct spot that it would normally be setting. So what I'm going to do is mark the chain right there where it's going to be centered on the R. And so after we do that, we're going to put the wedge down in there and hold it. I might put a wrench on the camshaft just to keep it from spinning. We're going to do the bolt, take the cam phaser off, put the new cam phaser on with the R in the same direction, and then go ahead and put the bolt back in there, you know, and line up the pin on there. Okay, so here's a new cam phaser. I know that we ordered this as a Chloe's part, and you can see that it's a VC100. It's also a 917 250 XD. Now you want to get the XD because it's the new updated design. And yes, I'm not sure, you know, if it's who bought who out or whatever, but it's marked a Dorman part, but it's also marked a Chloe's part, and that's what the part number is. Okay, if you notice right here where it says R up top, so we'll be marking the chain just to where it goes to R, and if you look on the back side, you'll see that the pin is on the very top also. So whenever we take the old phaser off, then the pin should be on the top, and so it'll line up with that, and we'll just slip it right back on. Okay, so I'm going to be using this OEM Tools Ford Timing Chain Wedge. Application is from 2005 through 2014, 5.4 and 4.63 valve engines. And this is what the wedge looks like. So whenever you put it on there, this will go against the flat side, this will go against the curved side over here whenever you shove it down into the timing chains to keep it still. Okay, so not sure if you're going to be able to see this, but right down in here you see the guide on one side of the chain, and then there's another guide over here. So we're going to be inserting the tool with the flat side on the right side of the engine, since that's the flat side of the guide, and then the curved side is over here, so you can see the curved side. So we're going to put this wedge tool right down in here like this, slide it in there just like that, and you'll see it go down in the hole right there. Let's see if I can get you a better picture. So you see it down in there, and I'll be pushing the wedge between the chains to be able to push the tensioner in, compress it down. So you want to push it down in there in order to collapse the tensioner quite a bit, just like that. Now that it's collapsed, we're going to go ahead and take the bolt off the cam phaser, and whenever you take this bolt off, it's going to kind of slide off. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and loosen up the phaser bolt using a 15mm. And usually once it comes loose, it'll usually come out pretty easily. You can see how I'm using my hand. And I did mark the chain right here, not sure if you can see it or not. Alright, once you get that bolt out, you want to discard it. They're one-time use. Now I'm using a pair of pliers right here to lock it in behind it. I'm going to go ahead and pull the phaser off and then let it drop slightly. I'm going to hold the chain. I'm going to pull the phaser out, and then I'm going to put the new phaser in there all in one motion, and then get the new bolt. I've got the new bolt right here, and I've lubed up the edge right there as per the directions. Alright, so I'm going to keep tension on it. Okay, so I'm going to keep tension on my hand right here just so I can keep the camshafts straight. I'm going to wiggle the cam phaser off slightly. I'm going to go ahead and pull the cam sensor out. The little sprocket tab is hitting the sensor on the inside. Alright, now I'm going to wiggle the sprocket off. I'm going to hold the chain slightly, kind of work it around the top of the sprocket. I'm going to hold the chain as I'm pulling the phaser off. Get the old phaser off to the side. You can see where the cam notch is right there. I'm going to get the new phaser, see where the dowel pin is on the top. I'm going to line up the markings on the cam with the gears up top before I rub them off. Sometimes it takes a second just to line them up, but you can see the blue mark right here, right above where I've got that at. I did kind of rub it off on the front, but now you just have to make sure it's lined up on the back. Set it back up onto the camshaft. Make sure it's in the slot there. Just kind of wiggle it. Okay, I know I didn't show you, but if you look behind right here, you'll be able to see the dowel pin, and you'll be able to see it as you're pushing it up on the camshaft. So once you get that in and it's all the way back, you kind of wiggle it back until it feels flush. Go ahead and take your new bolt and screw it in. Okay, so now that the bolt is all the way down, I'm going to take a ratchet. I'm going to tighten it up slightly with the ratchet. I'm not tightening it all the way, I'm just making sure that's down on there. Okay, so now it got pretty firm. So once it gets pretty firm, I'm going to go ahead and release the chain mechanism, or the chain lock, because I don't want that down there while I'm trying to tighten it up. So there's a couple of different things that you need to do. You need to hang on to it as you're tightening it up, and then also you can put a lock back there further back on the camshaft. So then you want to kind of just pull your lock out. Go ahead and remove it. Now you're ready to torque it down to 30 foot-pounds. After you do 30 foot-pounds, you're going to do an additional 90 degrees. Now 90 degrees is basically a quarter of a turn, so you'll want to get it to where you can measure it and basically do a quarter of a turn. So if I'm right here, then a quarter turn would be about right in here. Alright, that's 90 degrees. Alright, so that's how you change out the sprocket or your cam phaser on a 4.6 3-valve Mustang. The rest of this is just a reverse process of the way that you took it off. So most of the bolts, like the valve cover bolts and everything, those are torqued down to like 89 inch-pounds. All the ones that's like 8mm or 5/16. Basically 89 inch-pounds is the torque rating on them. So just reverse process, put everything back together, and you just change out your phaser. Now as you're putting it back together, make sure that you clean the surface right here where the timing cover meets the head, and take all the old sealant off, and then make sure that you add sealant to the surface right there to seal up the parting line on both sides, and then let it set before you start up the engine. However long, you can use like 90-minute gasket maker or whatever, you know, just put some gasket maker on there, seal up those two points, and then go ahead and put the valve cover back on. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for me. Like it, share it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Stay tuned for more videos, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching again, everyone.